Breaking news from the United States. A federal appeals court has just ruled that most of Donald Trump's global tariffs are illegal. This landmark decision delivers a massive blow to the very heart of his aggressive trade policy, raising constitutional questions, economic concerns, and sparking heated political debate. But what exactly does this ruling mean? Why did the court take this stance? And most importantly, what comes next for America's trade, economy, and global standing? In this video, we'll break down the ruling, analyze Trump's response, hear from legal experts, and explore the long-term impact this case could have on U.S. trade policy. Stick around, because this is not just about tariffs. This is about power, the Constitution, and the future of America's economy. On Friday, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit ruled in a 7-4 decision that President Trump did not have the authority to impose his most sweeping tariffs, including the so-called reciprocal tariffs. According to the court, the law Trump invoked, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEPA, does not actually give the president the power to impose such broad taxes. In simple terms, the court said, tariffs are Congress's job, not the president's. The Constitution is very clear: taxation and trade duties fall under the legislative branch. As expected, Donald Trump didn't hold back. Within hours, he blasted the appeals court as highly partisan and expressed confidence that the Supreme Court will rule in his favor. In his own words, Trump warned that removing these tariffs would literally destroy the United States of America. His administration insists the tariffs remain in effect while the appeal continues, and they are confident of an ultimate victory. This case, known as U.S. Elections versus Trump, isn't just about policy. It's about constitutional balance. The question is, can a president, under IEPA, unilaterally impose sweeping tariffs on countries like China, Canada, and Mexico? The plaintiffs, which include a coalition of states and small businesses, argue that Trump overstepped his powers. The courts so far agree, and that matters, because tariffs don't just hit foreign countries. They affect U.S. businesses, consumers, and global relations. For small businesses already struggling with inflation and global supply chain issues, these tariffs were devastating. Friday's ruling is being hailed as a victory for economic fairness. The ruling also ties into a bigger constitutional principle: the separation of powers. Congress controls taxation, including tariffs. Allowing presidents unchecked tariff powers under IEPA would set a dangerous precedent. That's why experts like Neil Katyal call this ruling a powerful reaffirmation of the founders' intent. Trump, however, argues these tariffs were necessary to confront what he calls economic national emergencies, from unfair trade practices to fentanyl trafficking. His supporters see this as strong leadership. His critics see it as overreach. What happens if these tariffs really are struck down? The Congressional Budget Office recently estimated that tariffs could reduce U.S. deficits by up to $4 trillion over the next decade. But critics argue the costs to businesses and consumers, higher prices, supply chain issues, retaliation from other countries, outweigh the benefits. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick warned that striking down these tariffs could cause massive and irreparable harm to America's economy and foreign policy. The stakes are high, not just for Trump, but for the country. So what happens next? The appellate court's ruling is on pause until October 14th, giving the Trump administration time to take the case to the Supreme Court. If the High Court agrees to hear it, the decision could reshape presidential powers on trade for decades to come. This isn't just about Trump, it's about every president going forward. How much authority should the executive branch have in trade policy? Should national emergencies give presidents near total economic power? These are the questions the justices will soon have to answer. This case is about more than tariffs. It's about power, balance, and the rule of law. The outcome could define not just Donald Trump's legacy, but also the future limits of presidential authority. So what do you think? Should presidents have the power to impose sweeping tariffs in the name of national security? Or should Congress retain control as the Constitution intended? Let us know in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss updates on this case and other major developments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.